Okay, so in this video I want to talk about is For Honor, and obviously my speculation for more about the two new heroes that will be released sometime. Uh, and obviously the first, maybe you can call it a hint, is that we see a map as when the say to us we're going to release two new heroes, and we see a deer and we see a wolf, and we see we see a water wave, and we see an ice water wave and ice, and we know that the next two new heroes, none of them gonna be a knight. They can be belong to samurai faction, Viking faction, or the Wooling faction. But my speculation here for the first of them is the first one I think will be a Mongolian warrior because of the symbolizing with the wave. With then you have Kublai Khan invasion of Japan from China, Yuan dynasty, as a Mongolian warrior, and so on. And the other one is inspiration probably if we have one Mongolian warrior, that's probably going to be like belong to the Wooling faction. So then we have one more Wooling hero, and the other one I think will be a Viking warrior, maybe. And here is the problem here. If first I think we're gonna get a Varinian guard as the final Viking warrior for honor. My problem with that is we already have the weapons that most of the Varinian guards have. For example, the Dane axe or the long axe. So we already have all of the kind of weapons that you can use in the Vikings have in you cannot obviously the Viking use spears, bows, axe. The elite use long axe and swords. Also for long distance bows and arrows, but you don't use bows and arrows in For Honor as a main weapon. You use Polearm weapons, swords, and so on. So that is the problem here. Even if you make a Varangian warrior in the game, you cannot give him a weapon that is totally unique, because all of the weapons that they use is already in the game, and the same type of the armor is already Griffin for the Knight faction already have this kind of laminar and scale and plate armor already to his character. So to make a character unique in some ways in For Honor, after Griffin, then you have to maybe use weapons that he will not have yet seen yet, and all of the weapons we have not yet see yet in the game is, for example, weapon from India, uh, many weapons from China, and obviously some weapons from Korea. Are the weapons that we're not yet seen yet. There is many. If you look, example, is at the Indian weapons, like Hindu weapons, like weapons from like the Rajputs or the Marathas or the Sikhs. You can see diverse variation of combination of weapons. For example, you can see the Qatar, you can see the axe, you can see you can see different polearm weapons and different and so on. So I think because of Indian warriors are not as as famous in the game as in comparison to probably Mongolian warriors is. So probably I think the next hero we will see is a Mongolian, and after that I think we'll probably see some more uh, Japanese warrior is the most likeliest of the Viking or the samurai. I think, sorry, I mean Japanese warrior. Then I think we're gonna see a warrior monk. But here we come again with a problem, because we already have the weapons that the warrior monks use, like the naginata or the kinabu. We already have the warrior axe the Japanese use in war. So the only, obviously if it's different version of axe they use, obviously, but I think the if you want if we're gonna see something diverse, we have to go to a different culture and a different kind of warriors to see, because with them we see new weapons that we've not yet seen in the game. Um, yeah, but yeah. So one is the Mongolian warrior, I think, and the other one is a uh, some kind of Japanese warrior. But what I hope for is two Wolin heroes. Like one can be a Mongolian as a mercenary, and the other one can be a Chinese warrior from the inspiration from the Romance of the Three Kingdoms. For example, like and one of the villains in Romance of the Three Kingdoms, for example, Lu Bu Liu Bei. He's have a very interesting weapon, or you can see inspiration for the weapon, for example, in Journey to the West, like the Baji's weapon, with his his weapon, or one of the other two members of the Journey to the West, beside the Monkey King. Obviously, we already have one inspiration for him with the monk, so we can take two other weapons the character used in the one of the Runs of the Kingdom, or you can take one inspiration for the two people in Journey to the West, the two main characters. They have like a very interesting Shaolin weapons you can put into the game, and so on. Yeah, so so and obviously the Mongolian were probably gonna have some kind of mace, like a short mace, because we don't yet have any character in the game that have a mace. Well, we have a character that uses a flails, but not a mace, like one of the knight faction, and this kind of thing. Yeah, so that is just my speculation for the two new heroes, that who they can be. We don't know yet, and we just have to wait and see. And they have not yet said to us when they're gonna release one of the new heroes. We only know because of the teaser that it's gonna be two new heroes, that it's gonna come after Griffin. So first, many of us think that Griffin was the final hero in For Honor, but that was not the case. So we're gonna see two more, and this kind of thing. And the only thing we know what they say, if they're not gonna change anything, they say that is this time we're not gonna see any more. Uh, Especially that up to we're not gonna see two knights, but that can be because of popularity poll. Like if you see the knight is the first one, and the second one probably, if maybe can be like we see two samurai, two Japanese warrior, and the next time we see two Viking warriors, and then you see two Wolin warriors. But I really hope, because I think the Wolin deserve absolutely most of all of the characters in For Honor, because they have the least warrior to their faction comparison to the other ones. And so I absolutely think they should get two new heroes for the Wolin. Uh, I think that is the best. For me, my personal opinion, I think that should be the best uh, result for this. Because you have for and so on. This is just what I think should be the best. This is my opinion of the whole thing. So we just have to wait to see. Or we can be maybe we can also be a big surprise that we see something that we not suspected. Maybe some warriors that is not Chinese or not Japanese, not Viking, or something else. Who knows? Okay, that's everything I want to say. Okay, bye.